We are back for Algebra 2 with statistics. Today we're going, well, at least I'm going over. I don't know if other students are paying attention. Um, that's the struggle in 2021. That we are actually adding and subtracting rational expressions. Okay. Now, a lot of this goes back to a lot of our original fraction rules. Okay. When you add or subtract, you have to have a common denominator. That kind of makes sense. Some I had somebody tell me that they said, "How do you teach fractions?" They said, "With pizza." And I was like, "That is genius because you can cut pizza in different shapes and then oh yeah, it's so good. And then you get to eat your work." So, yeah. All right. So 1 plus 3 is 4, so we have 4x over 8, and this would reduce down to x over 2. You could also, again, if you had to write the 1, this would also be okay. Whoops. That's fine. This is fine. There we go. All right. Now, some people are like, can we please have a whole bunch of number 1 and number 2 on the test? Uh, Possibly not. But this is actually, it's like a warm up getting into something. All right. If you have 7 fingers and you cut one off, how many fingers you have? 6. So, listen, back in the day when every school had to have what was called wood shop, you would have teachers that could not give high fives because they were missing fingers. Yeah. All right. Now, on problems like this, we still do the same thing, but we need to pay attention a little bit more to see if we can factor out. All right. So they're unlike terms. You just write them like that. Now, I will tell you if it says simplify if necessary, then you need to look to see if anything can factor. Okay. The bottom we're going to leave alone. Okay. So this is us leaving that alone. All right. What can I take out? How can I factor this up top? Yes, we can factor out a 5x. Okay. Yeah. And then cancel out. Pew. I said pew. And this is it right here. Now, I actually like more problems like 3 and 4 than I do number 1 and 2 because some people are still missing some of those factoring skills due to, you know, COVID shutdown, learning virtually, constantly copying off people's work. I mean, just whatever. All right. So we leave this alone. Okay. All right. 4x minus 2x would just be 2x. All right. Now, this is where people get kind of confused. There's not a constant right here, but it says minus negative 17. I do have some students that at certain times they will change this to a plus and then change these signs. That helps them. It's the same thing as distributing the negative because the reason why some people are like looking at it, let's look at it again. Minus negative 17 becomes plus a positive. Okay. Now, this one luckily doesn't factor. Okay. Math. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, numbers, letters. So again, this is what people were missing, that it's the minus the negative 17 right here. That's why we get a positive 17. Okay. All right. Now, this is your turn for the, for the time being. We're actually going to do it as our turn right now. I don't want to stop the video and then start it and stop it and start it. So we're just going to go through. Okay. All right. So this right here, we have 7 minus 5, which becomes, okay, good. I got kind of worried. There was a long pause. All right. We can reduce this down to u over 8. Okay. Good. I'm glad you're starting to understand how to factor. Yeah, paying attention would be great. Actually, I know that a lot of people are very good at multitasking. And I'm actually one of those people. If I'm doing something, I have to have music or something going on. Like if I tell my wife I'm cleaning the living room, first thing I do is I turn on the TV. Okay. Not because I'm going to sit down and watch it, but I put it on something that I just need that extra noise going on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. 7 minus 3 is 7 minus 3. Okay. Good. We forgot to multitask on that one. All right. Now, 4 over 10 will reduce to what? Yep. 2 over 5. All right. Now, I have 1A up top and 3 on the bottom. If I take 1 from each, I'm just left with 2 on the bottom. I have 2 B's on top and 1 on the bottom. Take 1 out. There we go. That sneeze. Okay, excuse me. Now, this is what was funny. When I was doing this with the previous class, I had a student that they totally understood the variables and the exponents and stuff. They just did not know how I got 2 over 5. I thought that was kind of funny. All right. Number 7. We just have x squared minus 4 over x squared plus 7x plus 10. Now, we should recognize that x squared minus 4 actually can be factored. Okay, we should know that this is a dots problem. Difference of 2 squares. All right. What is the square root of 4? 2. Okay, good. Whew. Whew. Got worried. Got worried. All right. This tells us the signs are the same, and the other plus tells us they're both positive. All right. What are 2 numbers that we know that will, yeah, 5 and 2. Awesome. That time they didn't let me finish and they answered it, potato, potato. All right. This is cancels. So I'm left with x minus 2 over x plus 5. All right. Now, number 8, I did not double check number 8 very well to see if it will. I didn't look at the denominator because we haven't looked so much at when a is greater than 1 because we're trying to get those basic skills. But this one will actually reduce down. But if you happen to do this, if I somehow pull a Jeffries and accidentally don't change something on the test and you get something like this, if you were to leave it like that, that's absolutely fine. but this will actually factor out on the bottom like this, and I can show people individually how to do that. I'm not going to show in class. Yeah, this is where you would have to do the AC bus the B or the box method, and it's very similar. Um, but it's this one right here, I'm not really worried so much about. I already have it on the completed notes that it won't be on the test, but you know, we'll get there. All right. Unlike denominators, there was a movie in the 80s called The Denominator. No, The Denominator. There was a Terminator movie in the 2000s. The original ones was in the 80s. Oop, 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 oop. Okay, good deal. All right. Now, this is one of those things. One of these things is not like the other, so we got to make them both the same. What does this over here on the right have that the left side does not have on the denominator? Right. It is missing a x minus 5, so we have to multiply by top and bottom. Okay. Now, conversely, what does this side have that the other side doesn't? Yeah, I kind of moved it on here. Look, there are probably people sitting at home going, "It's the x plus b." Okay, so and we're waiting for 10 minutes to figure it out. All right, so now I'm not a big fan of these so much, and let me explain why. This is all just multiplication and simplification. Okay, the other ones I really like because it gets into more factoring things. All right. So we got our common denominator. Do, 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 do. All right. 7 times x is 7x. 7 times negative 5 is negative 35. All right. So, yeah. So a lot of people would change this. They would say minus right here. And that's fine. That would actually make more sense for what I'm about to do. Because if not, you would have 8x plus 24, and then you'd have to subtract it. And yeah, so just, potato, potato. All right. Yeah. So what's 7 minus 8? Yeah, negative 1. So we have a negative 1x. All right. What's 35 plus 24? A number with a 9 in it. Yes, it is a 59. I don't know if you actually said the answer or a number with a 9 in it. Oh, you actually said 59. Okay. My Listen. Hey, yeah, that is true. Was it wrong? Yeah. Yeah, if you were to rewrite this is 7x minus 8x minus 35 minus 24. Some people have to write that, which is absolutely fine, not a big whoop. But it some people can actually do that in their head. And though some people can create multiple different other worlds and characters and stuff in their head, but yet, you know, not this. That's okay though. That's okay. Not everybody's the same. Thank goodness. Imagine if just a whole world of people like me. It'd be a whole lot better. Wow, I opened Pandora's box with that one. Now, this is the type of problem that I like, and this is why. You do have some factoring, and this right here is always a hint. Okay? There's always something in this that is in there. Okay? That's why I went ahead and wrote x plus 5, x plus 3, because I knew two numbers that multiplied give me 15 and add to give me 8 are 3 and 5. Or so what does what we have on the left differ from what we have on the right? Yes, there's no x plus 3, so we got to multiply it in there. Just slap it in there, just okay. I do think it's funny that the streaming service for video games is called Twitch when that was a big concern in the beginning that it would actually cause people to have seizures. That was a concern. Yeah. All right. So we get to something like this. We're kind of done on the bottom. Let's look at the top. Is there something? Can we factor that? And yeah, divide by 3. Yeah. Nope. You're right. Yep. You're getting there. I just had to be patient. Kind of like when I ask y'all, what's 7 minus 5. So yeah, you're on the joke. Okay, so for those watching, my 61 subscribers, this is where I'm going to stop the video. The other people have other stuff to do, and if you hadn't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, hit the like. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.